minutes, but the officer and the inmate never arrived. Authorities are considering multiple scenarios. Was Vicky White overpowered and kidnapped by the 6'9" inmate, or did she assist him? USA Radio News.
This story is called The Ugly Truth About Timeshares. If you think you've done your family a favor by buying a timeshare, well, you need my help. Hello, I'm Chuck McDowell, founder and CEO of Wesley Financial Group. 10 years ago, I started helping folks cancel their timeshare. And the process started what's now called the timeshare cancellation industry. Timeshare is the only thing that you can buy that you can't tell me how much it's going to cost or when it's going to end. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check to fill out any amount they want for annual maintenance and assessment fees. Sounds crazy, right? Well, the crazy thing is, this never ends. Stop the insanity today. Call my office now. I guarantee if we can't cancel your timeshare, you'll pay nothing.
Were you lied to when buying a timeshare and want out? Get the facts about timeshare cancellation. Call Wesley now for your free information kit. 800-478-7733. 800-478-7733. 800-478-7733.
In New Mexico.
How you can possibly add as much as a decade to your life expectancy. That's coming up on This Land of Ours.
Farmers, produce safety inspections are here. Prepare your farm with an on-farm readiness review. The Florida Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services and University of Florida are partnering to provide this on-site preparation service for free. Our team of produce safety experts offer individualized support to make sure your operation meets the regulatory requirements. Contact us to help prepare your farm today. Request your free visit at www.fdacs.gov/OFRR. That's www.fdacs.gov/OFRR.
Eating an ideal diet could add as much as 10 years to the life expectancy of a young adult. That's according to an extensive study by researchers at the University of Sydney, Australia. Their modeling methodology used meta-analysis, data from the Global Burden of Disease study, and life table methodology. It showed that life expectancy gains for prolonged changes from the typical Western diet to optimized diets could translate to more than a decade of life for young adults. Older adults would also see benefits by as much as a 7% longer life. They say the optimal diet has substantially higher intake than a typical diet of whole grains, legumes, fish, fruits, vegetables, also included a handful of nuts, while reducing red and processed meats, sugar-sweetened beverages, and refined grains. Based on the meta-analysis and data from the Global Burden of Disease study of 2019, researchers used life table methodology to estimate how life expectancy changes with sustained changes in the types of food people eat. Researchers have developed a tool for people to use to determine how their diet changes could alter their life expectancy. It's called the Food for Healthy Life Calculator, and we've put a link to it in this story on our website. You can also search online for Food for Healthy Life Calculator. I'm Sabrina Halverson for the Southeast AgNet.
While we may disagree a lot, we do agree Rural King's our favorite place for spring planting.
Yeah, but we've got to focus. Roses, a couple flats of impatiens, and a spade.
A shovel? I'm thinking tiller.
We do not need a tiller.
Wait, a mower. Those no zero turns are sweet.
Focus. Roses, mulch, shovel, impatiens.
Jeez, talk about impatient.
Can I help you?
Yeah, chainsaws.
Let's go.
I'm almost done mowing this section.
Ridiculous.
When it really counts, depend on the source for the latest weather updates, keeping you ahead of the storm. 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source.
We'll have some sunshine giving way to clouds today with a high of 87 to 89, then mainly clear skies this evening, low tonight 68 to 71. Tomorrow, look for a mix of clouds and sunshine with a late day or evening thunderstorm in spots. High on Tuesday 85 to 91, then we'll have a thunderstorm around Wednesday morning, otherwise partly sunny skies and a high of 85 to 89. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Molly Holdren.
You know what you want to do in retirement, but do you know how to get there? Join Gary and Don Crawford of Pinnacle Retirement Advisors for Retirement with Pinnacle, Saturday mornings at 9 to get answers to your retirement planning questions. Plan today so you can do the things you've always dreamt about doing in retirement. Don't miss Retirement with Pinnacle with Gary and Don Crawford, Saturday mornings at 9. Firm offers insurance services. Investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC.
This hour of Ocala Talks is brought to you in part by Blockers Furniture. Go see all their specials at blockersfurniture.com.
This is Ocala Talks with Tom Schmidt, bringing stories that are important to our community in and around Ocala. Plus, of course, a splash of sports as well. Now, here's your host, Tom.
Welcome back to Ocala Talk. On a Monday, man, it's busy out here at the airport today. You've heard the roar in the background on the microphones. There's a single-engine plane, probably about an 8-seater, 10-seater that's right outside the window. And it's cranked its motor 2 or 3 different times. Then doing touch and goes out here is a big cargo plane doing touch and goes. Plus you got little planes taking off left and right. You got a helicopter taking off. So a lot of business out here at the airport today. Good morning. You're on Ocala Talks. Good morning.
Hello.
You're on Ocala Talks.
Hey, how are you?
Good. Well, she wanted to know how I was doing and then hung up. Okay, good. Well, I'm doing good. Thanks for calling. I don't know, but thanks for calling. I'm reminded, I just saw a picture on Facebook that somebody put on Facebook and said, hey, this is why you need to be attentive when you walk through the woods. And it was a copperhead, it was a rattlesnake that was so camouflaged in the leaf and underbrush that it was in the center of the picture and you couldn't see it. And it was taken by somebody out walking in the forest this weekend. And it reminds me that, nature's waking up. As spring is hit, summer's hit, nature's waking up. And not everybody in nature is safe. And so when I saw this picture of this rattlesnake that was so well camouflaged that at first inspection of the picture, I never saw it. And then somebody asked where it was, and they told you where to look in the picture. And then I looked, and it still took me quite a few seconds to focus in on exactly where the snake was. But it was right in the middle of the walking trail. And the person had put, you never know what you may encounter on a trail in the Ocala National Forest. And here was a snake. So I was reminded that, you need to be extra diligent when you go out. I mean, you see moccasins in the Silver River all the time. They're not your friend, but they don't want to come after you. People say, "Oh, he comes after me." No, 9 times out of 10, they want to get away from you. The only time that a snake strikes or anything is when it feels like that's the last resort. That it's done everything it can do, and a rattlesnake especially, because a rattlesnake gives you the rattle to let you know, "Hey, I'm here." You should find another alternative than to continue walking towards this noise you hear. That's what the rattles are for. A rattlesnake tells you, go away. I don't want you to bother me. I don't want you to come near me. I'm scared, so I'm shaking my rattles to tell you I'm here because my only defense is to bite you. And a lot of people, don't understand that. Or they don't care. Oh, nature, and they want to go look closer. There was a man that was arrested recently in South Carolina for feeding wild animals. What was he doing? He was on the golf course, and he was feeding chicken livers and gizzards to hawks. A hawk could hurt you bad. Oh, it's such a majestic animal. Look at the talons on a hawk and tell me you want some of that. Look at how he uses his beak and his beak to rip and tear meat when he's eating. Tell me you want some of that. Because that's what you're going to get from a wild animal. Fish and Wildlife can tell you all kinds of stories about stupid people feeding animals. The man that couldn't understand why the alligator attacked him down in South Florida. He'd been feeding him whole chickens for over a year. Then the alligator bit him. Well, hello, he's a wild animal. Just because you were feeding him food didn't mean you had tamed him. I'm always amazed at the people that think, oh, it's just an animal. I don't. I watch Northwoods Law, which is about Maine and Canada and all of their Massachusetts, Vermont, their fish and wildlife. And there was one show where a lady had brown bears, not grizzlies, but brown bears, that would come up, and in the morning she would look out the window. They were sleeping on her back porch. And they would hear her, and they'd wake up and start, walking around and everything, excited because they knew she was going to come out and feed them. Well, now they're lazy bears because they're not having to find their own food. They know where to come get the food. But what happens one day if they want more food? And Fish and Wildlife tried to explain that to her. She kept feeding them, so eventually they had to fine her. She ended up, having to go in front of a judge, almost went to jail and everything. But that happens a lot. People, they're wild animals. The reason I bring this up is TikTok lately and Facebook and Twitter, they've all been inundated with alligator sightings. Ooh, look at this. Down in Estero, I used to live in Estero, there's a golf course down there called Stony Brook. And there's a lady that is laughing as she's filming and goes, oh, look at him, and walking towards him with her camera as this 11-foot alligator walks across the fairway towards a pond. Oh, look, he's going towards my golf ball. Having no idea she was about 15 feet from this gator filming him. That gator could turn and in the blink of an eye be on her, because you don't realize how fast gators are until one's chasing you. You think of them as water animals. You don't think about how fast they are on land. They're lightning quick on land. They take you by surprise. And right now, the reason you're seeing so many gators moving, it's mating season. So you got that added problem. If a gator thinks you're invading their mating territory, that could be a problem. And I'm seeing all these videos. Oh, look how cute. There's nothing cute about the alligator who's in mating mode. Nothing. Especially, wait until late June. I think it's late June, late June, late July. It's one of those times when the female alligators start laying their eggs around some of these ponds and wooded areas and golf courses. Stumble upon one of those, see what happens to you. Oh, look how cute they are. No. They're not cute. They're wild animals. And especially the alligator is a cold-blooded animal. It likes to get out in the sun. And it's not like we only got a few alligators in the state. Fish and Wildlife estimate that we have almost 1.5 million alligators in the wild. 1.5 million. I'm always amazed at the people that, have you ever seen a live alligator? Yes, I'm from Florida. Have you ever seen a live alligator in the wild? Yes, I'm from Florida. You ever messed with it? You ever tried to grab it out? No, because it's an alligator. Now, I've been on alligator hunts out on Loch Loosa Lake and stuff. That's a different thing. I've been with Red on actual hunts for alligators and all. But on a golf course, I'm not going up to an alligator and just saying, hey, what's going on, buddy? He doesn't want you there. He wants to get away from you. People amaze me that walk up to wild animals and then don't understand when they get attacked what happened. He was so cute, and then all of a sudden he just turned on me. Like the guy, remember the video that went viral, back when videos were just starting to hit the internet, and he became YouTube famous because he literally wanted to, he put deer musk on and everything and went to try to get close to a buck, and the buck reared up on its back legs and just beat the guy almost to death, just almost stomped him to death. And it was all caught on live video. It was all caught on video. That's what happens. They're wild animals. They're not safe for you to interact with. Alligators especially. I mean, there was a large alligator spotted Easter Sunday in a neighborhood in Venice. At least 10 foot long was this estimate. Their trappers removed an injured 10-foot alligator from a pond at the Pelican Point Golf and Country Club. He was 300 pounds. And then a woman and her foursome were playing golf, like I said, at the Stony Brook Golf Club. A large alligator crossed the fairway. It went right past the golf ball in the middle of the fairway and just kept going. And it wasn't concerned. Leave me alone. And they're out there about 15 feet from it, taking pictures of it and everything. That alligator could have turned on her in a moment's notice. And then the alligator would have had to been euthanized for her being stupid. We got wild animals in the state, folks. Leave them alone. Don't bother them. Stand from them from afar and take photos. Like right now, there's a group of wild geese that have decided to make Ocala Golf Club their home. Now, when I was a young boy, my father had geese. We had geese on our property, on our land. And this geese, he was a pet, but he was the worst in the world. This goose would chase you everywhere. Geese will get after you. So people see them on the golf course and say, "Oh, look at the Canadian geese," and "Oh, we should go over and take pictures." No, don't go near those geese. Those geese don't like you. They don't want you to bother them. They're trying to walk away from you. If you go chase them, one of them turns on you. People don't realize how fast a goose can get after you, too. Then this goose starts nailing you with that beak of his. It's never a fun endeavor. You could get hurt, and then you want to blame the geese. It's not their fault. You went screwing with them. You went bothering them. They didn't want you to bother them. Like the other day, we didn't do it because we just didn't, there was no reason to. But we're coming back from Claremont, and we're on a little side road. And right out next to the road was a group of probably 10, 12 wild hogs. Go try to walk up that group of wild hogs, see what happens to you. One of them just gores you and rips you from rear end to rear end with his tusk. Well, you're the one who went over and messed with him. Do not, when I saw this lady standing that close to the alligator laughing and taking pictures, I'm like, are you just dumb? Stay up on the tee box. You're out in the middle of the fairway. Phones now will zoom in good enough. You could have still got the same video without putting yourself in danger or putting that alligator possibly in danger, because if it had turned on you, they'd euthanize the alligator. Stop being stupid, folks. It's a wild animal. Leave it alone. Take a break. We'll be back more on the other side. 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA. The Source.
Springtime means Mother's Day and unbeatable prices on made-for-mom gifts. Like ladies' Lincoln Outfitters Bermuda shorts, starting at $15.99 a pair. Or assorted 10-inch premium hanging flower baskets, just $14.99 each. Or save $10 on our replica whiskey barrel planters, now only $9.99. Get them at RuralKing.com or your neighborhood Rural King, America's farm and home store.
You're getting ready to move and you work hard. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. You need pros. Trained professional moving experts to do the heavy lifting for you. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. They care about your things as much as you do, and they do it fast and right. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. Visit twomeninatruck.com and get moving.
Two Men in a Truck. Howdy, folks. RL here for Dairy Queen again to tell you about what's hot and what's not. Dairy Queen has some of the best char-grilled chicken breasts on earth, as well as their chicken breast salad. And the burgers are exceptional, cooked on a real grill for the best flavor and less fat. And for dessert, blizzards are unequaled. Personally, banana split is my all-time favorite. Dairy Queen Silver Springs, where we always treat you like kings and queens.
Good credits, bad credits. It's none of our business because we're not an auto dealer. We're not a bank. We're not your mother. We're OcalaForSale.com. Marion County's marketplace for cars, trucks, and SUVs. We've got thousands of sellers standing by to take your call. No middleman. But hurry, don't walk, don't run. Just sit down and log on to OcalaForSale.com. Prices and inventory change daily. Offer does not include dealer upcharge. Undercutting, rust-proofing, factory surcharge, or delivery fee. See website for details.
Veterans Helping Veterans USA. Call 352-433-2320. We help veterans and their families with limited financial assistance, counseling, employment referrals, and a food and clothing bank. You can help in making a huge difference in the veterans' lives we serve by donating food, clothing, household items, or direct financial assistance. All donations are tax deductible. Veterans Helping Veterans USA. 352-433-2320. Thank you for your attention, and God bless America.
The Ocala Golf Club, one of Ocala's premier golf courses, from its pristine 18-hole course layout to its amazing pro shop. Jason Linhart and the staff at Ocala Golf offer everything that you need for your golf outing. That's the Ocala Golf Club. Experience country club style golf at municipal prices. You won't go wrong with the Ocala Golf Club. Call them for a tee time today, 352-401-6917.
It's Mother's Day week, the perfect time to see all the exciting things happening at Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens and pick out a gorgeous green gift for Mom. They've set aside special deals just for Mom's Day, like a huge selection of Easy Care, double red, double yellow knockout roses, not $25 or $22, but just $14.99. Or how about a crepe myrtle, all colors, all sizes, starting at just $29.99. Or get 6 beautiful dwarf Mexican petunias, just $35.99. And daylilies in peach, red, yellow, and gold, just $7.99 each when you buy 10 or more. If you look around and you've got a sharp eye, you might even find some Mother's Day BOGOs. It's all going on this week at Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens, Southeast 38th Street in Ocala, daily till 4:30, Saturdays till 3. Now they're celebrating 70 years in the same blooming location.
Are you suffering from neck, back, or leg pain? Go Green CBD Store can help you with holistic, all-natural, lab-tested products that help with pain, stress, anxiety, inflammation, PTSD, and so much more. We stock smokable products, gummies, chocolate, coffee, tea, even pain cream. Yes, we even have treats and oils for your dogs or cats. Go Green CBD is located in the Paddock Mall in the center court. We're open every day. Come in today for a free sample.
Now you've done it. Have you lost your mind? He's back. And you're listening again. A legend in his own mind. Don't believe me? Just ask him. Here's Tom Schmitz live on WOCA. The Source.
I was looking for my headset. Welcome back. I couldn't find my headset. I was like, where'd my headset go? And then it was on the ground. You know. I saw this story out of Atlanta, and I reached out to some of my friends in Atlanta, and I go, really? This is where we're at in Atlanta now? You know what pedal pubs are? They're the bicycles that it's really like it's a bike up front with you know, a steering wheel on, a driver drives it, and then the back has like 12 sets of pedals, and everybody in it pedals at the same time. And they're pedal cars. Well, they have pedal pubs where you can actually drink as you ride around, and you go from bar to bar, and you do bar hopping pub crawls, and you rent this pedal pub, and it takes you around. Well, there was one doing that this Saturday in Atlanta. And the pilot of the pedal pub, is the guy who's driving the actual thing. So they were going piloting on the round, and the pedal pub was going. And pedal pub is an actual company in Atlanta that does that. There were 15 people on board this vehicle, and they're pedaling around and everything. End up tipping over while making a turn. That's right, the pedal pub wrecked. And all 15 people on the pedal pub were hospitalized. None with life-threatening injuries, but all of them were hospitalized. 5 of them for serious injuries. The others were treated for minor injuries and were released. No other vehicles were involved in it. It took place shortly after 6:30 on Saturday. It was a single passenger incident. And the reason I bring this up is the reason of the wreck. The pilot's blood alcohol level was almost 3 times the legal limit. Yeah, he works for the company. It was in Midtown. He's supposed to be, it prohibits driving under the influence of alcohol, drugs, or intoxicating substance. The pilot was under the influence. His alcohol blood level was almost 3 times the legal limit. And he just took the curve too fast and wrecked. I mean, shouldn't you have some sort of thought that your driver shouldn't be drunk when he's pedal pubbing the thing? Although I bet what was happening was they were partying on there doing shots or something, probably giving him shots and everything. Probably the partiers probably got the pilot drunk. That's probably how. I remember being stupid when I was in college, and we'd get into a taxi and say, "Hey, you want to drink? We'd have Jello shots. Hey, you want a Jello shot?" To the taxi driver. Luckily, always the taxi driver said no. But one of these pedal pub guys, I see them saying, "Sure, why not? Just a bicycle." Well, 5 people seriously injured, and 10 other people sent to the hospital as well. All 15 people on the pedal pub, the 14 people and the driver, all admitted to the hospital. Some of them were released after 1 day, but they were all 15 on board were sent to the hospital with injuries because of this drunk pedal pub driver. I always wonder why we don't have more rickshaw or pedal pub people in our town riding around. I mean, you get 1 or 2 people with the little rickshaw, you probably make a little money. I know a guy who's very, very well versed in bicycling around town. You can probably hire him as an employee and get you a little rickshaw, make a little money. Because he ain't going to do it. He's not going to buy a rickshaw. I think there's probably a investment group or something that could buy a rickshaw, get this bicycling genius to just ride around town. His dog would have to come with him, but, that'd be a good business model. But don't do like this guy did in Atlanta. Goodness. 3 times the legal limit as he's riding around people in his little pedal pub bicycle and wrecked it. All 15 people on board sent to the hospital with injuries. Man, talk about a bad pub crawl. What happened to you? Well, we got on this pub crawl and ended up crawling on the pavement because we wrecked the bicycle we were riding. And if you look at these things, there's no protection on them. So once it went over, whatever side it went over on, that's the people that got hurt the worst, I guarantee you. I promise you that. Hey, so don't do it. Just don't drink and drive, folks. That's the moral of that story. We're going to take a break. We'll come back more after this timeout. You're listening to 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Broadcasting from the Ocala International Airport, this is WOCA AM, W242CA FM, Ocala, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
USA Radio News with Lance Pride.
Take me back to yesterday, when the line between right and wrong didn't seem so hazy.
Naomi Judd, whose family harmonies with daughter Winona turned them into Grammy-winning country stars, the Judds, has died at the age of 76. Her daughters Winona and Ashley announced her death on Saturday, saying, "We are in unknown territory." The search for a missing Alabama inmate and a corrections officer continues Monday. The pair went missing Friday after Vicki White from the Lauderdale County Sheriff's Office said she was taking unrelated inmate Casey White for a mental health evaluation at the county courthouse, but the officer and the inmate never arrived. Authorities are considering multiple scenarios. Was Vicki White overpowered and kidnapped by the 6'9" inmate, or did she assist him? USA Radio News.
If you're concerned about the power grid and want to generate your own supply of off-grid electricity, this will be the most important message you'll hear this year. Here's why. We now have a small number of solar generators back in stock. These emergency backup systems provide life-saving backup power when you need it most. And unlike gas generators, solar generators run quietly, emit no dangerous fumes, and produce an endless supply of free electricity from the sun. Whether it's wildfires, dangerous weather, power grid issues, or just getting off the grid, you'll never have to suffer through painful power outages again. Even better, all this week, radio listeners get over $700 in free off-the-grid bonuses too. Go to mysolarbackup.com to learn more and check availability. That's mysolarbackup.com. Look for the free report, Crisis Cooling, how to make absolutely sure your meat, milk, and medicines stay safe and cool in any power outage. Yours free at mysolarbackup.com.
Ugh,
what wrong?
Ugh, need wood for fire.
I go get. I got wood for fire.
What takes so long?
Had to use restroom. Someone not refill toilet paper.
My bad. You wash hands?
Of course. What caveman you take me for?
You know, Dan, people who save money by switching to Mike Scott Plumbing sure are happy.
Well, Brittany, how happy are they?
Happier than a caveman with indoor plumbing.
Yep. Get happy. Get Mike Scott Plumbing. If water runs through it, we do it. 237-2888.
Don't go through another year with that awful joint pain. Now there's an exciting new treatment using natural biologics, regenerative solutions that can restore and repair damaged tissue in your joints. Hey folks, it's Tom Schmitz, and I'm talking about QC Kinetics, now open here. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in non-surgical regeneration, highly concentrated natural biologics that can give you lasting relief. If you have pain in your knees, back, shoulder, hips, and you're tired of steroids, tired of pain meds, and talk of major surgery, this is the treatment you've been hoping for. Call the medical professionals at QC Kinetics today for a free consultation. Learn about how natural biologics can be used to get you moving again pain-free. Listen, don't let them keep giving you steroids. Don't let them tell you your surgery is your only option. Get a free second opinion at QC Kinetics. Do it now and imagine life in 2022 without pain. Call QC Kinetics now for a free consultation. They have offices now in Ocala and the Villages. Call 352-400-4550. That's 352-400-4550.
It's bow time. Ever taste something so good you just get hooked? Like the Bojangler, the only fish sandwich splashed with Bo's famous seasoning. So we're having a fish fry, Bojangle style, spicing up premium fish fillets with the good stuff and slathering them with melty cheese and tangy tartar sauce to hook your taste buds with just one bite. Reel in a Bojangler today, only at Bojangles.
Catch the Bojangler at 4828 Southwest College Road here in Ocala.
Attention passengers for Flight 1370. The plane has been delayed at its departure point and will be at least 2 hours late. We apologize for any inconvenience.
Are you serious? It took us over an hour to get here, 2 hours going through security and getting our tickets, and now we have to wait another 2 hours.
Yeah, it's beautiful here, but we're inside this overcrowded airport all day because the plane is stuck in bad weather.
This is the last time we ever do this. When we get back, we're going to Ocala Aviation and getting our pilot's license.
Yeah, we've been talking about that long enough. It's about time we did it. Then we could just fly ourselves and never have to deal with this mess again.
Right. No long lines, no full body groping security, no baggage checks.
Not to mention never losing your luggage. Remind me again why we haven't done that?
Well, we're idiots.
Oh, right.
Attention all passengers for Flight 1370. It looks like the plane is going to be delayed a little bit longer. The airline has lost the pilot's luggage. Isn't it time you got your pilot's license? Call Ocala Aviation today. 352-861-7484. That's 352-861-7484. Hey, you've earned it. Call today.
Hello, I'm Mark Sears with Regency Printing. With over 10 years in the printing business, I know you'll find Regency Printing the place for all your local printing needs. Plus, I have fax services, mailbox rentals, notary service, U.S. mail, pack and ship, all at one convenient location, 2375 Northeast 25th Avenue. Just look for the yellow signs. Regency Printing, 789-6683. That's 789-6683. Regency Printing.
Now you've done it. Have you lost your mind? He's back. And you're listening again. A legend in his own mind. Don't believe me? Just ask him. Here's Tom Schmitz live on WOCA. The Source.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks on a Monday. I've talked about this subject numerous times, but it's back in the news again after the tragedy of the weekend. I say a tragedy. Anytime life is lost, it's a tragedy. And 76-year-old Naomi Judd passed away this weekend. The family is not saying what the cause of death was. There's been no cause of death listed. They list cause of death as mental illness. And, you know, people are speculating that that means suicide or whatever. But it was well documented Naomi Judd dealt with mental illness a lot of her life. And I like that the family didn't give the specifics of what her passing was. They just said she passed from mental illness. My mother died of COPD, but she had a weak heart and everything brought on through stressors and through her paranoid schizophrenia. None of that helped her heart because it didn't make her heart stronger. It weakened her heart. And sometimes, you know, people, it's such a taboo thing still in a lot of arenas to talk about mental illness. And I just don't understand it. 622-9622 if you want to be a part of the show. I don't understand the one area of your body that controls everything else in your body. Your heart stops working, somebody can push on your chest and pump blood through your body until they can get your heart back working again. Your lungs don't work, you got a ruptured, collapsed lung or something, they can still get air through your body until they can fix it. Your liver starts to shut down on you, they can fix part of your liver, can regenerate itself. They can do a transplant. Your kidney, one kidney shuts down, you got the other one. Both kidneys shut down, you got dialysis machines till you can find a transplant. Your brain dies, you're dead. Your brain goes down, your brain quits working, dead. But yet, when we talk about the illness of the brain, unless it's cancer, but when we talk about mental illness, which affects your brain, that's taboo for some reason. I never understood that. But I had the unique situation of having a mother that my entire lifetime that I knew her was a paranoid schizophrenic. So mental illness was something that was talked about openly in my family. But I know I had friends and all, you know, little Johnny Special. That was always the key word if somebody was thought to suffer from a mental incapability or something. He's special. She's special. There's a lot of truth to the Southern thing that it meant. It meant that, you know, they were a little off in the head when your grandma'd go, bless her heart. But why is that? Your brain is an organ just as your skin is, just as your heart is, just as your lungs are, just as your kidneys are, your liver is. And for some reason, every other organ in your body you could have a problem with, and we're okay discussing it openly. We'll let you have your moments. We'll do whatever you need done. Oh, his brain isn't right. Uh-oh, we can't talk about that. I never understood that. And now with Naomi Judd, it's back in the forefront again with Naomi Judd's passing over the weekend. And her family, point blank, said she died from mental illness. I'm so glad that Winona and Ashley said that. Mom died of mental illness. My mother died of COPD, but it was hastened, and her heart failure and her lungs and all were hastened by a lot of it, because stress is not good for your heart. And when you're a paranoid schizophrenic, paranoia is stress, folks, believe me. But we always think that mental illness is taboo. And by the way, if we were all a little honest with ourselves, we all suffer from a percentage of mental illness in everything in our everyday lives. Everybody does. Think about that compulsive thing you probably do that you have to have. Like, my wife is the greatest person in the world that I know. She has some compulsive problems. You walk into my closet, the blue shirts and the green shirts and the white shirts and the blue jeans and the white shorts and the blue shorts. And she goes, doesn't everybody do that? Not everybody. It's a little compulsive with her. Me, I have ADHD. If I didn't take my ADHD medicine, you'd think I'm all over the place now. I'd be bouncing off the walls like there were rubber walls in here. I just never quite grasp why mental illness is so, can't talk about that. It's just something people suffer from. Just as they suffer from heart disease or plaque in their arteries, or black lungs from cigarette smoking. It's an ailment. It's where something's not right. There's an imbalance in your body. Your brain is an electrical, just an electrical grid that maybe misfires. But for people to be so hush-hush and taboo about it. We had a doctor on earlier today, dyskinesia is, caused by the drugs you take for mental illness, which puts more stress on you because now people see your face going on. Well, how's his face going all weird? Well, he takes drugs for his mental illness. So he's mentally ill. That's his problem. And then it's like a bad thing. It's not a bad thing to have a mental illness. It's a treatable thing. Just like you're not shunned from society if you have a kidney ailment. Ooh, he's got kidney stones. Stay away from him. But mental illness is the last illness. It almost reminds me of when you hear stories in the Bible about leprosy and everything, that's mental illness in the 21st century. And I don't understand why. There's so many advancements now in mental health. And for people to shun it and make it so taboo. I'm very sorry, and our heart goes out to the Judd family for losing Naomi Judd this weekend. But kudos to the family for being strong enough to admit what really killed her. She died from mental illness. Doesn't matter what the process was. She was killed by mental illness. She died from mental illness. Just as you die from a heart attack, you die from lung disease, you die from kidney failure, she died from mental illness. And I kudos to her family for wording it that way and letting people know it's okay to say a family member had a mental illness. It's okay to say that it cost them their life, that mental illness cost them their life. Not suicide, not, anything. What'd your dad die from? He had a heart attack. What'd your mom die from? She died from mental illness. In the same vein as a heart attack. It took a lot of bravery for the family to say that. Because the family didn't have to say anything. Just she was 76. she succumbed to an ailment after a long battle. That's what they could have said. But they didn't. They stood up and they said, Ashley Judd didn't mince words. Ashley said, my mom has passed away and she died of mental illness. That takes courage, folks. In 2022, it still takes courage to admit mental illness. It just doesn't sound right. Doesn't take courage to admit your loved one died of a heart attack. Doesn't take courage to admit they died of kidney failure. But you still have to have courage to openly say, my parent died of mental illness. That's a problem. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll wrap up a Monday edition of Ocala Talks. You're listening to 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Hello, gorgeous.
Hi, this is Becky at Hello Gorgeous Salon. It's time to get that new look started. Let's get rid of those sun-damaged ends and faded out color and get into something rich and vibrant. Humidity is not your hair's friend. It causes your hair to capture moisture and leaves it looking dry and unhealthy. Hello Gorgeous is a certified Brazilian blowout salon. We can tame those locks, leaving your hair healthy and shiny with a Brazilian smoothing treatment. So let us help you make a great first impression. Call us today to set your appointment at Hello Gorgeous. Our number is 352-351-5358. Again, that's 352-351-5358. And don't forget, we also do men and children's cuts too. 351-5358. Hello Gorgeous is conveniently located in the heart of downtown Ocala. So call today and set up your appointment at Hello Gorgeous Salon at 351-5358. That's 351-5358.
Hello, gorgeous.
Shamrock Security Systems, 629-3223. Shamrock Security Systems is located here in Ocala, Florida. Shamrock Security Systems is a top-rated alarm company offering 24/7 monitoring, video surveillance, fire and flood protection. You'll sleep a little better once the job is done. Shamrock Security Systems for over 31 years. 629-3223. Get a 100% free quote from Shamrock Security. 629-3223.
Each morning, we wake up thankful to live in a free nation with liberty and justice for all. But sometimes those liberties can be put in jeopardy, and you may have questions about what to do or who to call. Let Doc Blanchard of Blanchard, Miriam, Adele, and Kirkland help you find the answers. Attorneys at law since 1974 and located in downtown Ocala. If you have legal issues, don't go it alone. Call 352-732-7218. Blanchard, Miriam, Adele, and Kirkland, helping protect your liberties every day.
Get it for less at the DIY Home Center outlet. Get top quality real wood cabinets the same or less than the big box stores are selling the cheap stuff. And that's not all. Drywall screws big box stores are $6.47 a pound. At DIY only $4.99. Plus DIY has the largest selection of mobile home parts and accessories anywhere. From carpet to doors, get the DIY supplies you need for less. The DIY Home Center outlet. We are your building material closeout store. 2191 Northwest 10th Street, just 2 miles east of I-75.
It's Blockers Furniture Memorial Sale going on the entire month of May. Beautiful two-piece sectional starting as low as $19 per month. Sofas for as little as $10 per month. Kick back in a new recliner for as little as $11 per month. Plus, you can save up to $700 off the Ashley Reeling Queen Bed and Dresser Mirror Set. And save 25% off all outdoor furniture. Mattresses starting at only $3.99. See it, buy it, take it home. It's Blockers Furniture Memorial Sale going on the entire month of May. Blockers Furniture, 2402 Southwest College Road, Ocala.
Started in 1975. It's Yendel's Building Materials. Whether you're making repairs, adding a room, or building a house, Yendel's constantly delivers excellent service and top quality materials and many of the tools and hardware you need to get the job done. At Yendel's, they take pride in supplying their customers with new and innovative products. Yendel's experience in truss design, manufacturing, and component materials is second to none. 834 North Magnolia Avenue in Ocala, 732-3000. Stop by to experience the difference.
Hey, you want to do something really different for Mom this Mother's Day? Make it a green and gorgeous blooming gift from Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens in Ocala. Bob's ready with a super nice selection of great Mother's Day buys, like Easy Care Double Red and Double Yellow Knockout Roses, regularly selling for $22.99, marked down to just $14.99 for Mother's Day. Or give her a nice butterfly or hummingbird plant. Bob Wines has a huge selection, many sizes and colors, starting at just $7.99. How about this? A super buy on geraniums. You'd expect to pay $3.99 or more, but they're just 99 cents this week. Hurry, selections are limited, and remember you can always plant a tree for Mom's Day. Get a huge tree for as little as $39.99 and get a second one for half price. Come see us this week at Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens on Southeast 38th Street in Ocala. Daily till 4:30, Saturdays till 3, celebrating 70 years in the same blooming location.
Bumpin' Brave and Bold, the Orlando International Fringe Theater Festival is back May 17th through the 30th with over 200 shows. This unique cultural experience is held at Lock Haven Park. 2022 brings new and exciting features to the Orlando Fringe. You don't want to miss out. Tickets are available at orlandofringe.org. Again, May 17th through the 30th is the 31st Orlando Fringe, and it's sure to be the best yet. Get your tickets at orlandofringe.org.
Now you've done it. Have you lost your mind? He's back. And you're listening again. A legend in his own mind. Don't believe me? Just ask him. Here's Tom Schmitz live on WOCA. The Source.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks as we wrap up a Monday edition. You know, usually I do Dumb Crook News on Fridays, but I saw this story and I thought, well, this is a special idiot here. Ocala County, Florida. That's right, Ocala County, Florida. Saturday night. Yeah, Saturday night. A woman's night at the club landed her in jail. They were called to Gibson Street about 1 a.m. Because a security guard called them. They found a 3-year-old wrapped in a blanket asleep on the sidewalk in front of an apartment complex. Subsequent investigation led to the discovery of 2 more young children asleep alone in the apartment. Security guard was patrolling the Choctaw Village apartments. The apartment community consists of 48 two-story units along a residential street in North Fort Walton Beach. Eventually, around 3 a.m., their mom returned to the apartment. The police were there waiting on her, taking care of the children and everything till she got back. They wanted to know where the 25-year-old woman had been. She said, I put my kids down to go to sleep, and then I went to the club. I didn't think they'd get up. The mom was arrested, charged with 3 counts of child neglect without great bodily harm. The children were taken to other relatives after the mother's arrest. But here's a woman that thought, I just go to the club. Yeah, I'll just go to the clubs. You know, it's 11 o'clock at night. I put the kids down to sleep, so I'll just go to the nightclub. What could happen to a 3-year-old, a 2-year-old, and a 5-year-old left alone in an apartment while I go to the nightclub? Nothing. Nothing could be harmful. Nothing could happen to them. It's in good shape. So she was arrested, charged with being a, mother of neglect. Sometimes the stupidity of people amaze me. 25-year-old mom puts her 3 kids down to go to bed, no babysitter, goes out to the club. Can't understand why the cops were called. Because your 3-year-old was asleep on the sidewalk next to the road. How about that, smart woman? How about that, brainiac? You should be arrested. This day in history, what happened on this day in history, 1930? President Hoover, in a speech, said the stock market crash of last year was just a temporary setback and would soon pass and the economy would soon bounce back. This was 6 months after the stock market crash, the Great Depression of the 1930s would continue and worsen over the next 5 years. Good call there, President Hoover. I know he had to say something like that because it was a speech trying to, set the fears of the Americans, towards the good. But 6 months after the stock market crash, he said, this is going to pass soon. Yeah, it passed with World War II. That's when it passed. 2001, the former chairman of Sotheby's and Christie's is charged May 2nd, is charged by a federal jury in the United States on charges of conspiring to overcharge its customers with commission rates because the chairman of the two apparently rival auction houses had a secret deal to fix commission rates. They're supposed to be rivals, but they weren't. They were working in cahoots with each other. In 1980, on this date, May 2nd, it was announced that the current unemployment figures are now 7% of the workforce. That's the highest since 76, 77. And in some areas of the country, in Michigan, for example, it was 12%, which led to a labor market recession. All those happened May 2nd in 2001, 1980, and 1930. Also, hey, I want to give a special shout-out today. Birthdays today. Let's get into the birthdays today. Birthdays today. 1 year older, Christine Baranski. She is 70 years old today. The Rock, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. The big 5-0 today. He hits the big 5-0 today. David Beckham, soccer player extraordinaire. 47 today. 47. Jenna Von Oy, she was in Blossom as a younger kid. She's 45 today. And Ellie Kemper, the Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt and The Office fame, she is 42 today. Also, I'd be remiss if I didn't give a shout out to Stephen Whitehurst. He has a birthday today, so happy birthday to Steve out there. He's a curmudgeon at times, but a good guy. So it's his birthday today. Happy birthday to my buddy Steve. A lot of people give him some mess, mainly me, but he's a good guy, and it's his birthday. So happy birthday to Steve out there too. A study finds that children as young as 16 months old understand jokes and understand kidding around. That's right. As young as 16 months old can understand jokes and kidding around. I wouldn't remember if I had understood jokes at 16 months old. I have no idea. But a study finds that children as young as 16 months old understand jokes and kidding around. I did not know that was even something possible. And women say the top things about men that confuse them. I was taken aback by this. Top things that men do that confuse women. Trying to impress women by doing things that would only impress other men. Taking any opportunity to throw things into something like it's a basket. And women are confused about how men can fall asleep so easy. It's one of their big things is they just don't understand how men can just fall asleep sitting on a couch or sitting in a chair watching TV and just nod off. Those are some of the things that confuse women. We don't have enough time to list all the things that confuse men about women. There's 3 things that confuse women according to this study. The top 3 are trying to impress women by doing things that only impress men, taking an opportunity to throw anything into a basket, and just sitting on the couch watching TV and just can fall asleep. That don't even begin to scratch the surface on the things that confuse men about women. Hey, I want to thank all my listeners, all my callers, and my sponsors. Without you, it wouldn't be possible. Talk to you tomorrow.
This is WOCA AM, W242 CA FM, Ocala, the source.